All right, tonight's Thoughts from 5D is called Synchronicity as an Operating System. This is Thoughts from 5D. I'm Otis 5D. All right, so the origin of this video, synchronicity as an operating system is just a great video anyway. But the origin is that I was having a conversation with some people, and I was just talking about how, I experienced like this great synchronicity where I had been wanting someone to kind of like look at what I'm doing and look at my website and, blah, 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 blah. And as I was thinking about that, somebody just appeared and, we sat down and had a nice conversation, and it ended up being like all about, they're like my perfect demographic for the kind of audience I want and also the kind of customer I want. And so, I was explaining how this was so synchronistic, and then someone was saying, like, well, how could we facilitate this with technology? And I'm not like, I don't want to be arrogant and say that, I know best, but my first response was like, not externally, but internally was like, wait, don't you get it? Like, synchronicity is the technology. It's not like a computer technology, but it's like a full technology about the nature of reality. And, I'm getting emboldened in my content because I think that I don't want to say that like people want me to be something, but I think that the modern media landscape wants you to be something. It's like, am I going to be like the Jewish guy who talks about Jews? Or am I going to be like the guy who's like, whoa, AI is so crazy, bro? Or am I going to be like the former liberal who's a hardcore right-wing guy now, or like, I don't know, what else am I into? All kinds of random stuff. But I like the spiritual, metaphysical consciousness aspect of things is so central to me. I mean, crucial too, and it's the one I hesitate to talk about the most because I feel like, the Tao that can be spoken is not the true Tao. And so there's a weird, there's a weird thing where spiritual, metaphysical, religious conceptions are very personal. And also a lot of weirdos want to tell you why you're wrong, But I guess the same is true of politics. And also there's a certain vulnerability because these are very, very deep things for me, and I experience them very deeply. And, the internet is like, don't cast pearls before swine. The internet is kind of swine, homie. And so, but I feel like my skin, knock on like 9 layers of wood, double insulated, triple thickness wood. I feel like my skin is getting thick enough at this point where it's like, go fuck yourself, you fucking cocksucker, right? As I get ready to talk about spirituality. Where it's like, I get to have my beliefs and thoughts and weird little ideas about reality too, especially because I think they're right. You know what I mean? It's like, I actually think that what I'm telling you is correct. I couch it in all of this like, well, it's just me, it's subjective. But I actually think it's right, and I've experienced its rightness. Because it's like, if I'm in a group of people, a lot of times I kind of want to be arrogant and be like, most of this, I'm just saying, like, I'm the one experiencing the most synchronicity, like the most like, oh, dude, it's so crazy. I was just thinking about this thing and this thing happened, and it's like, I feel like in groups of friends, I'm kind of associated with that. Like, oh yeah, Otis always has crazy shit happening to him, good stuff, good things. And also crazy things, but good things. So I want to evangelize a little bit, and I don't want to evangelize like this is how you should think, which is actually a book of mine that you might be able to find if you look really hard. Otis, this is how you should think. If you find it, kudos to you. Written many years ago, but I do think this is how you should think, you know? I think that synchronicity is an operating system, that the universe is a hologram, or, you know, something like that, right? I call it hologram, but if you want to be pedantic and technical, maybe you can be like, actually, it's a... And you can use the fact that because of that, because the universe is a hologram, it's all one thing, right? So each human has the entire hologram inside of them. And so you can steer the hologram that you experience via your consciousness and your intention and your desires and your surrender. And it's very trippy, you know. It's like a steering wheel in a house of mirrors driven by your soul. So just because you want something doesn't mean you get it, or you deserve it, or you need it, or it's what's best for you. And sometimes the really big challenges are exactly what you need, which is why it's like one of the most common sentiments of human experience of like, man, when it was happening to me, I was so unhappy, but now that it happened, now it's years in the past, I'm like, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. If that had never happened to me, then this would never, and people are all happy. So synchronicity is an operating system. I genuinely think you can just like trust the universe, bro. You can just like trust the universe. The universe will like let you trust it, and if you do, it will deliver you an experience of reality that is so fantastical and magical that it's really hard to even put it into words. There's so many things where it's like, bro, you had to be there. Like, you can't even imagine how I was literally just thinking about this thing, and the exact perfect person to talk with, to work with, to whatever with, just like sat down. Like, why did that even happen? I have no idea how that happened. I couldn't have predicted it or, willed it in a million years, and yet it happened. The fact is that it happened. I think Terence McKenna, I think his favorite philosopher was Alfred North Whitehead, and he said his favorite quote from Alfred North Whitehead is that, like, there are so many amazing things in reality, and the most amazing thing is that some of them actually manifest, right? I'm sure I'm like half butchering the quote, but I think it's pretty impressive that I even remember it, right? Don't you think? Don't you think? Don't you like me? And okay. So how do you use synchronicity as an operating system? I think you actually start to realize that, like, your imagination is real. That's the core thing. I've been making video. I realize now that I say that your imagination is real. I've effectively been making this same video for like 15 years. I go back sometimes and I find my writing from like 2010 or 2006 and I'm saying like exactly what I'm saying in 2024. It's like I have this illusion that I'm evolving, but I'm just like in a circle. Hopefully I'm in a spiral, not a circle. But I've had all these ideas for, a long time, bro. And I don't know, I love them. And they've gifted me with a really beautiful life. I feel like blessed to have such a beautiful life that, none of you will ever know about who aren't with me at the moment that I'm living it, because I don't like to talk about it. I think the game... No, what is it? It's like... What is it? Well, I don't know. I feel like... Okay. I've had all these experiences in life where you talk about the details of your life and how amazing it is, and then something bad happens to me. It's very uncanny. And I just came to be like, oh, I think that's a sign. I think you like aren't supposed to talk about it. You're supposed to just enjoy it because it's meant for you. It's not meant for you to brag to people or to like try to convince anyone. It's like your blessings are made for you. And so, yeah, I feel very, very, very blessed. And I do think that the people that are around me at any given moment will be like, yeah, he seems like he's pretty blessed somehow. Like, I believe what he's saying. I don't think he's lying. I get the impression that it's real. And then, you know, I go somewhere else and the next batch of people kind of has the same impression, more or less. And that's great. And so, yeah, you just let go and you steer with like, what do you want? Like, what are your dreams? What, you know, and then you like, what do you want to spend your day doing? What do you want in your life? And imagine it and let go and trust inspiration. And if you feel like not going out, then don't go out. And if you feel like doing something different than you usually do, then do something different than you usually do. If you see a flash of an image of a beach, then go to a beach. And if you see a flash of an image of a nightclub, then go to a nightclub. And if you see a flash of an image of a coffee shop, then go to a coffee shop. And a grocery store, then go to a grocery store. And if you, for some reason, feel like the person that just passed you is like somehow you should probably talk to them, then talk to them and be like, dude, I know this is so weird. I'm like, really, I sort of like apologize for bothering you, but like, I don't know. I just had this feeling I was supposed to talk to you. And maybe some of the times they're like, you're creepy and weird and get away from me. But a very surprising amount of time, it leads to like a pretty fascinating connection. And you're like, wow, I can't believe that worked. Like, I just like felt I was supposed to talk to this person and I did, and something really good happened from it. And like, you can just live like this, like 100%, not like 50, not like, well, yeah, but you know, there aren't exceptions. And the amazing thing is if you like, let's say that you're like, Otis said there aren't exceptions, so I'm going to do that. Well, then if you do that, then something bad will happen to you. And you'll learn, like, don't do that. Don't trust synchronicity, but like, if you stop working hard and bad things start happening to you, then take it as a sign that maybe you should work hard, right? And if you're working really hard and you like get a cut on your finger, then maybe take it as a sign that maybe you're working too hard and you should chill out a little. You know, it's like, it will just guide you. You'll just be guided by all these signs. And I understand that it sounds crazy, but like, fuck you. Fuck you. Do you know how fucking crazy? Like, I have so much. God, it's like, like moral outrage, righteous indignation. That's the word I was looking for, the phrase I was looking for. At the idea of like, that sounds crazy. Bro, look at the fucking world, bro. The world is crazy. AI is about to eat the entire world. World War III is on the verge of breaking out on like a minimum of 3 fronts. The U.S. has added like $2 trillion in debt in the past year and a half, and no one even fucking notices. Like, the whole world is completely upside down and topsy-turvy, and you have the fucking audacity. Elections are being stolen left and right. There's assassinate. Dude, it's just on. And you have the audacity to be like, that sounds crazy. Suck a dick, bro. Straight the fuck up. Suck a fucking dick. So I really encourage you to try it, because it's you know what I've always said is like that the reward for following your dreams is your life, and the punishment for not following your dreams is your life. And I feel like there's really no simpler way to say it than that. And if you don't fucking get it, then you know what to do. Go fuck yourself. Peace.
Otis5D.xyz.
Go fuck yourself.